From AccuWeather.com, this is AccuWeather Daily, a brief host-read article. It's weather news in a nutshell. It's been a long winter for many in the U.S., with cold and snow common in many places for months. Now that the February frenzy seems to be over, with the last winter storm in a series exiting the coast on Friday, let's take a look at seasonal snowfall totals around the country. Now, who are the winners and losers? Well, that depends on whether you like snow or you don't. But we can tell you which regions have had a lot of it or a little of it compared to the historical average. In the Northeast, it was the usual lake effect snow. With the lakes freezing later than usual this season, some parts of New York State have been buried with feet of it, even as recently as last week. Totals in these areas are over 10 feet so far this winter. The maximum snowfall total from the Community Collaborative Rain, Hail, and Snow Network is 233.7 inches in Oswego County in upstate New York on Lake Ontario. Now, that is almost 19.5 feet. Comparing that map to the historical average for the last 17 years, those amounts are 150 to 200% above what you would normally see by late February in the lake effect areas. The ski resorts in the interior Northeast are enjoying the snow surplus. The ski slopes at Jay Peak, Vermont, rank in the top 5 snowiest ski resorts in the country so far, with nearly 29 feet. Other parts of the Northeast, namely the I-95 corridor from Baltimore to Boston, have seen very little snow this winter, to the tune of half or a quarter of the historical average. Philadelphia, one of those cities with only 8.1 inches of snow so far this season, they are 9.2 inches below the historical average. With nearly 13 inches, more than a foot of snow in New York City this season, they are 9 inches short of the average winter by now. The Mid-Atlantic, south of Baltimore, has had an above-average season, with D.C.'s Reagan National Airport reporting nearly 15 inches, about 4.5 inches above historical average for this time of year. Coastal areas from Maryland through North Carolina have received twice their normal average, including Norfolk, Virginia, where residents just got a foot of snow, the most that has fallen there in 15 years. While parts of western North and South Carolina continue to experience a drought, a historic Gulf Coast snowstorm in late January has pushed southern South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, and the Florida Panhandle into record territory, with some stations at 500% or more of average to date. Except for a wide strip from central Texas to central Alabama, most of the rest of the southeast quadrant of the country has seen more snow than usual. The northern plains and upper Midwest, as well as the Southwest, have had much less snow than the historical average. Chicago, where there has not been a single winter storm warning issued this season, has only seen 14.2 inches of snow this winter, which is 15.2 inches below normal. Even worse, Flagstaff, Arizona, has one of the greatest snow deficits in the country through February 20th. They have only had 11.2 inches of snow compared to their historical average of 62.5 inches. Now, is La Niña to blame for any of this? Some of these patterns, such as lack of snow and rain in the Southwest, are expected in a La Niña winter, but that's not the only factor this time around. Heavy snow in the South, not typical of La Niña, was caused by other factors, including a strong high pressure in Alaska and water temperature anomalies above average in the Gulf. So, is the snow over? Well, February had a very cold and stormy pattern here in the U.S. While temperatures are expected to rise temporarily this week, the cold shots are not over yet. And, the map around the country could change, especially in northern areas, before winter's true end. That's all for now. You can find more stories and regional forecasts at AccuWeather.com. And for your local forecast at your fingertips, download the AccuWeather app. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll be back tomorrow with more from AccuWeather.